Enterprise Zimbabwe, business and everything you want to know on ZFM Stereo.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us. Welcome to Enterprise Zimbabwe. My name is Superman Diwanzira, and we're talking about small business and how we can empower small business in our country to make things exciting for those who are in the world of business. And joining me tonight is my usual guest, Jerry Monya Zungu. He's a chartered vendor, started selling on the streets. Now he is selling in the high street to very senior corporates, including companies on the stock exchange. He's going to be talking to us about some things we need to know about small businesses. Jerry Monya Zungu, who is our chartered vendor, joining us to talk about small business on Enterprise Zimbabwe. My name is Superman. Jerry Monya Zungu, welcome.
Thank you, Super. It's always nice to be here.
Well, some exciting news for small business. Martha was just reading moments ago that the fuel prices have gone down by 7 cents, and that those who are in business will now be paying just $1.59 a liter for diesel. I mean, for
petrol, yeah,
and $1.60 for diesel. I paid $1.67 yesterday, and I'll be paying $1.70. What should this mean for small business?
Yeah, it's much better. It's a good indication, but I still feel that the fuel prices are still too high. I hope that they are going to also be reduced further.
Well, yes, certainly. I think we would do with the lower prices, but the issue is there's going to be a saving to those who are running small businesses. How should they treat this saving?
Yeah, the saving. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're supposed to have a saving, and they're supposed maybe to save some money and making sure that you're always prepared for this kind of disasters.
Okay, so this is obviously a good lesson. Fuel prices went up without notice, and the government through the Zimbabwe Energy Regulatory Authority just intervened, reduced prices by 7 cents, which means if they had already budgeted at the higher prices, means they will have excess.
Yeah,
that excess must be looked at.
Exactly.
I say,
yeah, I must bring it back into the business.
Jerry, we were talking last week about the importance, we touched very briefly about the importance of marketing for small business. How important is it really that SMEs should invest in marketing? Because when you look at very difficult times in the economy, the biggest cost that's cut is that of marketing.
Yeah.
Even by the big corporates. And we're talking about SMEs right now. How important is it for SMEs to invest in marketing?
It's very, 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 very important, and it's fundamental for every business, especially small to medium enterprises, to invest into marketing. The reason being, you can have a good product, you can have good service, but so long if people don't know about you, there's no way they're going to purchase your product or your service. So it's very key for them to be always omnipresent. If they are obscure, people are never going to know about their products, and there's no way their products are going to be purchased. People, there's on all that date which actually says the big businesses have become bigger because of marketing or advertising. But if you don't do that, you remain small, and there's no way you're going to make that money which you're supposed to make. So you can cut any other budget, but never cut the marketing budget.
Well, you sound like somebody we could actually hire in our marketing department so that people can advertise on the radio, they can advertise on ZFM.
Yeah.
Big business advertise, that's why it is big. And
exactly.
Small business remains small because it doesn't advertise, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how do they plan for the cost?
Yeah, the thing is, what I would think when you're still starting, the company will be still very, very small. So hence you need to work with whatever you have, a smaller budget which you actually need. So the way you're going to plan is, you want to sell the product, and at the same time, you want to sell the company, because there's a brand which you are working for, maybe the company name. The brand is to be known out there. People are supposed to trust the brand, because when people when they visualize the brand, or then they always hear about the brand, or when they see the brand, even on social media, people are going to have confidence. And also, you need to start maybe, because these days it's now a bit cheaper You can go to your social media, open your Facebook page, open your TikTok, open your Twitter, start posting about your product, start posting about your company name, because it's very, very crucial for people to start knowing your company name. So that's how I think with a small budget as a small to medium enterprise, you can work with whatever you have. These days, it's not very easy for you to start marketing your business because of technology, and you can also maybe push your products, billboards, etc.
And when you talk of social media, you're also including WhatsApp, right?
Exactly.
So people can actually sell their products on WhatsApp, and the cost is data.
Exactly. Instead of posting the status of your daughter, why can't you start posting the status of your product or of your service which you're selling?
Yeah, vamwe vada kungoposta kuti unoti ari kudya nenyama zvinodhire
hazvinodhira zvitipe mari.
kuti ari papati.
Exactly.
But apa anogadzira motikari haasi kutomuta.
Asitora nezvemota, yeah.
Okay, so people don't understand that just by posting a status, a lot of people are going to be looking at that status, and this is a potential customer.
Exactly.
So put in something more interesting. But would people watch your status if you're just selling us your product? I mean, you just wrote a book. If you are just posting your book, I won't open your status, right?
Yeah, thank you for that. The best way of marketing or for selling, stop selling. You should actually start giving information, and people will get more interest. They start following you to say, but this subject this person is talking about, I think is a guru or is a master in that kind of subject. Let's say when I was selling my book, I was just taking snippets, quotes from my book, start posting them, and people would get interest, start clicking those links, which will actually lead them to where I am selling that book. Because if you start selling, people are being bombarded. When you open radio, the advertisements. When you open a newspaper, people are selling. So everywhere. So people have become so resistant to be sold. So you don't need to sell. You start to give information. 85% of your ads are supposed to be more informative. Then the 15% you can sell direct.
That's a very interesting point that you make. Can we break it down? Stop selling and start providing information.
Yeah.
Let's give a typical example of somebody who's in business right now. They own a hair salon. They provide those kind of services. So what kind of information should they start providing and not sell? Because they would rather know about Nyamziwa hairdressers and come to our shop at number so and so. Why would they? What kind of information would they have to share for them to attract their customers?
Yeah, instead of just saying maybe a haircut is $5, they'll start saying, what are the advantages of having maybe your head shampooed maybe once a week? Then I'll start knowing, okay, that the inches which I'm getting is because of I'm not shampooing my hair. And if you're becoming more educative, maybe some people have got bald heads. How can I remove baldness? Because I think there are now a lot of chemicals which are now being used to remove baldness. So people, they want to hear about that. People will start to get interest because you're giving information. And what the secret of marketing is give. Okay. Give more information.
Give. One moment. This is Enterprise Zimbabwe. My name is Superman Duanzira. And we're talking to our guest, Jerry Mo Nyazungu. We spoke about digital marketing and the importance of businesses to advertise, to market their products. And you said, you can open up a Facebook page and things like that. It's not as simple as that to do digital marketing. Can you speak a little bit more on what companies, small businesses could do around digital marketing?
Yeah, thank you. It's very easy these days, like what you said earlier. You can start maybe by updating your WhatsApp. If you're selling shoes, if you're doing haircuts, start posting about it, those nice haircuts on WhatsApp. Number 2, you can open a Facebook page, and it's so easy to open your Facebook page. It's so easy to open an Instagram page, to open a Twitter account, to open a TikTok account. Instead of changing clothes on TikTok and having those jokes, start having jokes about your business.
Not changing clothes.
Yeah, that's if you're into selling but if you don't sell clothes, maybe if you're a mechanic, start posting small videos about whilst you're repairing cars. So it's very fundamental, and it's key for you to open those pages. Yeah, it's easy, and I think it doesn't cost a dime to open a Facebook page, but sometimes you need experts to actually help you when you start maybe to sponsor those ads, because you can also lose money on social media. People, they think social media is cheap, but I think it's very expensive. It's only that it's easy.
Okay. So if somebody opens a Facebook page, does that mean they've done their digital marketing, or they need to do something else?
They need to start posting content and to start having people who can.
What is content?
Content, I'm just saying, people information about their business. Be it if you're into car repairs, you start posting about your cars, the cars which you repair. Maybe yes, you might promote other things here and there. How much do you cost for having a service? And you must now start posting information when it's raining. What will happen to my brakes? Why is it important for me to change maybe brake pads during rainy seasons? And people start following you, and you start referring people maybe from your own account to like your company page. And you're building following, and you're actually building audience on your page. Those are the people who start doing business with you. Sometimes these are also paid platforms. You can sponsor a page for these pages for likes. You can sponsor some ads in order for you to get those leads.
What is sponsoring pages?
Sponsoring, it's more like you're just advertising on radio, and you're paying money in order for you to get more followers or more likes or more messages or more engagement on your post. Yeah.
Really? What about people who have greater following on Facebook, on Twitter? If I know somebody, I own a small business, and I know somebody like Miss Red, for instance, who has almost 200,000 followers, or I know Jay, or you know me, who has almost 80,000 followers.
You're sitting on a gold mine.
I want to just talk about. I just want to talk about that. What is it that we can do to make use of those kind of numbers to boost our businesses?
Yes, we can use influencers. They're called influencers, people with many numbers. So you can use those people, and they can start posting on your behalf. But be careful when you're posting. Let's say if you're posting on Miss Red's page, don't change Miss Red. Just try maybe to your content to fit with whatever she's always posting every day. I've noted there's a mistake whereby these influencers sometimes you just post something, and the engagement, people are caught when you post something which is advertising because they don't relate with this kind of content. So we don't have to change super. If super is about, maybe you always post content about soccer, let us try to find a way of feeding my ad into your soccer news.
Okay. So you said I was sitting on a gold mine. And let's not talk about myself. Let's talk about the people out there, the young entrepreneurs, the old entrepreneurs who have this kind of following. How could they take advantage of their following on the social media platforms to boost their businesses or to make money out of those numbers?
Yeah, they can start doing that by maybe having companies advertising on their platforms. But sometimes if you wait, most of the problems which I've noticed is people, they wait for companies to come to them. Why they don't start knocking doors to say, no, I've got 200,000 people who are following me. If you post something on my page, you're going to reach maybe about 50,000 people in a day. You're going to get these dividends because people, it's always about customers. They listen to one radio station. It's WIIFM. What's in it for me? So long if you can build a value proposition, people are going to engage on your page.
Okay, I like to say people listen to that station, right?
Customers. People listen to ZFM, but customers, they listen to WIIFM.
I know what you mean because there's only one radio station in this country, ZFM and others. That's one of the others, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have the following. I have the numbers. I know a lot of small businesses that are struggling and really would do well if I sort of posted them to my audiences, to those that follow me. How much should I charge? Should I offer to do it for free? How much should I charge?
Sometimes for people to see value, they must maybe start by posting for free. Then later they'll start posting for money.
Assuming you already have the numbers, how much should it be? Giving advice to somebody who has the numbers, they have never thought about how to use their social media followers as a potential source of revenue. How much do they start charging?
Yeah, it depends. Some of the people I know, they're charging from the range of $50 to maybe $800 a month, depending with the type of audience you have, and maybe depending on the selling skills which you have. Was always the price would depend on how you manage to convince your customer.
That's brilliant. So what advice, Jerry, do you have or would you have for somebody who's just starting a business? Because I think we all agree that there is some cost that is associated with marketing.
Yeah.
What kind of marketing strategy? What kind of marketing strategy would you give to an entrepreneur who's just starting their business, startup right now?
Yeah, if you're starting, you have to do what is called bootstrap marketing because you don't have a lot of money. So you need maybe to tap into your network, start going to network events which maybe are free, opening those digital marketing platforms. And also remember to always utilize your power base. Your power base, we're talking about your friends, family, former schoolmates. They have to know that you're now into this kind of business. Tap into them. Those people, they are willing to support you because those people, they already know you. So people, they have noted a mistake whereby people, they want to start advertising to strangers whilst their family members, they don't even know what they're doing in their businesses. So let them start by doing that. It's called bootstrap marketing. We're using a small budget to actually marketing our business or free means of actually advertising our business, especially in a tough economy like Zimbabwe. Sometimes you don't want to waste too much money. And also cold visits, they also work. Visiting companies, introduce your company to other to companies, that actually works.
Assuming you're a teacher, you teach 8 to 5, but you obviously teach in a subject that many students fail, and you offer this good skill, and you want to offer extra lessons over the weekend. You're saying you cannot be advertising yourself. You must phone all your relatives and say, I'm now offering this service.
Thank you.
Is that the kind of bootstrap marketing you're talking about?
Thank you. If you post, like I've got in my own account, if I post something that I'm now teaching extra lessons, I've got over 18,000 friends on Facebook. If I post, they now know that Jerry is now doing extra lessons for maths. So people are going to engage to me. If I post on my status, I'm also engaging on my power base first. The people who are important to me, the people who would like to support me, the people who want to see me reach. Those are the family members, those are the friends, those are the former schoolmates, etc.
So when people go to church, don't just go there kunona matter. It's a networking platform. That's your first port of call for marketing services.
Thank you so much for highlighting that. You can end up church. Sometimes you know to matira mari aripa side pako ndiano for kupa million ya urubuda.
So mariri pese.
Mariri pese.
You just need to tell yourself what service you're offering.
Yeah, that's what even when I was also studying at MNJ, I don't take up in mkombi. Ndienda kundotaura business rangu. And sometimes I would get clients because of just preaching that no, I'm into this. So people sometimes they behave like maybe varukushanda secret organizations whereby they don't even want to be known what they are doing, which is a big mistake. You need to be omnipresent. People, they have to know what they are doing.
Does this not have to do with some kind of embarrassment where people maybe think, am I good enough? Should I really be talking about myself? Should I really be saying I do this? How do people get rid of that embarrassment?
Yeah, that's very great. People they fear rejection. Naturally, vantochka kutsekwa, vantochka kunzi kurambirwa. People have heard a lot of words that no. So that's why it's very, very important for you to attend. Unfortunately, in Zimbabwe, there are not a lot of people who are doing sales trainings. People need to be trained. Kuti munhu akati no, asikuroti ari kukurambira. Zvirukuroti he doesn't know something. So a no, it doesn't mean it's a rejection. It means this person is saying, for now, according to the information which you've given me, I can't make a decision. So I'm rejecting what you are saying right now. I'm not rejecting you as a person. So after you are trained, I used to be shy. I used to be an introvert also. I used to face those resistances. But right now, I know that I can have, if I've got a maybe in a day, pasina munhu ambonditi no, notonzwa kurwadziwa because I know kuti anonyatsoshanda.
Our chatted vendor live on ZFM Stereo, my station, your station, on Enterprise Zimbabwe. It's been such a great pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Well, as you just heard from Jerry, no is not a bad thing to hear. In any case, that's no as you rise. So keep trying. We want you to be successful. Until we meet next week, whatever you do, be profitable. I'm the Super Maduwa. This has been Enterprise Zimbabwe. We're back again next week, same time.